Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. Sorry, I've been on and off. It's been so freaking crazy, but I'm back. I'm here. So anyway, I got this neat little box, and I thought it's a makeup brand that you won't hear a lot about, but I've heard really good things about it, and it had everything in the box for $39. So I figured, let's try it. This is Mally, I think it's called Mally Makeup, Mally Beauty. It's Mally. And what I got here in this little kit was, there is a cushion flawless finish transforming effect foundation. It's a cushion foundation. There is this is their mattifying poreless face defender. Really cool product. I've seen a lot of things about. And let's put this over there. And everything in this bag. There is a kind of lip and cheek thing. There is an eyeshadow stick. I think there's two eyeshadow sticks now. There is what is this? A brow pencil. Wow, I didn't know there was brow pencil in this too. There is a mascara, a dark circle corrector, a concealer. There's a lot for this. It's $39.95 and you get all of this. Amazing. Another eyeshadow stick. And this is the Perfect Prep Neutralizing Primer. Let's just get to it. Let's try it out and see how this stuff is. I'm just going to do kind of a light makeup. Also, hold on. I also got the eyeshadow palette that Mally did with Rupaul. So let's get to it and let's just let's check these products out. Let's see if they're any good. That is a really good price for everything that you get. And let's get to it. This is a cushion foundation, and I got the color Fair, which, as you see, I have no sun whatsoever. Oh, it is. It's a nice full size. I think I opened this up before. Yeah, I did. There it is there. Let's try the primer first, actually. This is a neutralizing primer. Doesn't really tell you a lot about these products, so let's just... Oh, it does have a lot of color to it. That's actually a lot of product. Oh, wow. I don't know if you could see, but it neutralizes a lot of my redness. This is actually really, really nice. I do have some skincare on underneath this, so that's what all the glow is, but you do get some more glow from it, and it really did kind of tone down some of my redness, which is really kind of nice. And it's very, very moisturizing. It doesn't feel like one of those dimethicone type primers that a lot of us don't like. I personally do like them. My skin is pretty dry, and that tends to really just kind of help my face not really like pull every bit of moisture out of the makeup. So let's try this here. I haven't used a cushion foundation in, oh my god, so long. They're always so hard to get started. Okay, here we go. Oh, it doesn't look like a bad color. It's hard to get it out of here. There we go. I'd almost rather just use a brush with this. It's not a real wet formula, but it's also not real heavy. It's got a nice color to it though. It's got a very nice color, and it's got just enough coverage that I would call it really like a medium coverage. It's enough that it's covering up my redness, but not overdoing it where I look like I have a ton of makeup on. I like the consistency to it. A lot of cushion foundations tend to be a little like watery. This one is a little thicker. She's got some thickness to her. It's hard to... I haven't used a cushion foundation in ages, so it's a little different for me. I'm having a little bit of a difficulty with this little spongy thing. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab a brush. I'm more of a brush person. You can still, with a cushion foundation, you can still, there we go, use a brush. And I just personally think it's a lot easier. Some people do prefer the cushions. I don't. Especially because I have a lot of lines and, well, I have more wrinkles than fine lines, so. But that's kind of what happens. I'm going to build that up right there, just where that redness was. It has a little bit of yellowness to it now, but I really am liking how it's setting on my skin. Just wondering how this is going to hold up today, because I do have to take my husband to the doctor today. There wasn't an eye primer with this, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the foundation over my eyelids even, just to kind of even out that redness I get. It blends into the skin very nice, but like I said, it has a lot of yellow to it. On camera, it's going to look very fair because I'm in such bright lighting. It just, that's kind of what happens. To me, it just looks a little yellow, but we can always fix that. Now, there's not a bronzer in here, so let me grab a couple of products that don't come in this kit just to finish my face. I'll be right back. Well, that was fun. Okay, so I had to grab a few products that were not included in this kit, like a powder, a bronzer, and a highlighter. So I'm just going to go ahead and bronze my face a little bit. I'm using Into Sun by Fenty. I'm just going to kind of warm this lightness up, because this face is kind of light right now. I haven't used a powder bronzer in a while. I went ahead and picked a powder bronzer because I don't really have a powder for this, and I wanted to see how you could blend some powder products on top of this. Yeah, it seems to be blending okay. I'm not liking that brush right now though. I go back and forth with what bronzer brush I like. This Into Sun one, I tend to like a little more fluffy brush, so I can get in there and really kind of blend it out, especially because this foundation is a little bit light for me. Yes, dare I say. I'm going to blend that all the way up into my temple a little bit there. It's hard to tell on camera because the camera actually washes you out badly. So I have a ton of bronzer on, but you don't see a lot of it. It's a little patchy right there, but it seems to be blending fairly well on there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my powder, and for that I'm using my Ciate London, my Watermelon Burst powder. I love this for just kind of finishing and kind of helping to set things down a little bit, because it doesn't take away that glow, but it takes away the slip to foundation. Oh, that is looking pretty. See, it has that nice little glow to that powder. I've got a lot of people liking this. I don't even think they're making it anymore, but I did get a spare in my BoxyCharm, which was very nice because I went to get another one and I don't know if it was out of stock or what, but they didn't have it. Okay, now they have this lip, shimmer, shape, and go. Oh, it's a blush. Okay, so I thought it was more of a lip and blush type thing, but it's not. Let me grab a little brush for this. I like to use this little, it's a MAC 128. It's a dual-sided fiber slash, it's a dual fiber brush, a natural hair and a synthetic hair brush, and it works very good for stuff like this. I like to just put a little bit on my hand there and go ahead and I get that worked into that brush. When I'm not sure how a product will work, I tend to use it like this on my hand. If I don't know how pigmented it's going to be, I tend to do it that way. Which, ooh, yeah, hers a little pigmented, so I will put some powder over that in a minute. And I like this brush because it doesn't really disturb the foundation. So I came down way too far. Let me grab this. This has that foundation on it a little bit. I like to keep my blush kind of right in this area, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to look in the monitor when I can't see there, and it didn't help. Okay, fix that. Just go over it with that powder brush just to kind of get everything laid in there. There we go. Okay. Now if I could find a makeup wipe that actually had some wipe on it, you know, liquid. Okay, now for the other products in here, what do we have? We had a mascara. We have a, what was this other one? A correct, what is this? Dark circle correct. I don't really have dark circles, so I can't really, oh, it's a little like concealer type thing like that. Not really something for me, but I will use the concealer. Ooh, this concealer's a little light. I forgot all about having concealer. I only use concealer really right like at the very top and the very tiny corners of areas, just because I'm more mature and it kind of helps to cancel out some of these shadows where some of my fine lines are, or as I like to call them, wrinkles are. So grab a little brush there. All right, I probably should have done this before my powder, but you know, it's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm allowed to mess up a little bit here and get a little distracted. It's just, that's me, just making a mess. Actually, this really does blend out nice on top of the that little tiny bit of powder that I put, and that tiny bit of darkness I get up there, it did kind of cancel that out, so that's nice. Let me go ahead and take what's left on my brush and use that just to go ahead and use it to prime my eyes. How about that? Ooh, this is, I thought it was going to be too light, but it seems to be okay. Alright, see how it just lightens up where I've got these lines here? If you take away that, see how you can't really see the shadow there, so you don't really see that line there? But here, you see that shadow. If you kind of take a concealer, you can use foundation. If you don't have a lighter concealer, use a foundation that's a little bit lighter, and you can kind of just very lightly, you can see, go over those areas. You don't have to do much there, just a teensy little bit. And I'm not going to pick up extra powder, but I am going to go ahead and what's left on this little brush here, use that to set that down. Okay, now we've got these eyeshadow crayons. We've got that one there. It's kind of a bronzy, burnished bronze, burnished, what a weird name. Burnished bronze, and we've got champagne. There we go, we've got champagne. Now you can use these as eye bases, or you can use them just as your eyes. If I wasn't going to do an eye look, I could just put some of this on my lids and just kind of be on my way. I do want to try this brow pencil out. I don't know how you guys feel about these. It's one of those brow pencils that's a little wider like that. I'm not big on these, but I will try it. I'm going to use the smaller corner side and use that just to kind of fill in a few spots that I like to fill in the front and right along the bottom here. There we go. These are nice if you don't want to like real manicured looking brow, if you want to just kind of fill in. I guess she picked this because this is easier for somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience doing the brows or just doesn't want to fool with the brows. See, I've just done it very lightly. Oh, missed a little there. Yeah, that corner does nice little points. Does nice little thin lines. And the other side does work pretty good. This works about the equivalent of like how a brow gel would work almost. Where it just adds color and not really a definition if you've never used one of these. Now I'm going to grab a spoolie and just kind of work that through to make sure it's nice and even. There we go. I really need to do my brows. See, this gives you that more filled in brow look. Which I don't mind, but I like a more kind of, I like my brows more sparse and kind of fluffy looking, I guess you could say, but this will work. It'll work for now. I do want to take some concealer and kind of clean them up a little bit though. I'm going to take a little bit of this concealer. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to kind of, just ever so lightly carve out my brow underneath at least. Here, I'm just going to carve this out a little. I love this little brush for this. This is the strangest looking little brush. This is a number 7 brush from BH Cosmetics. I don't know what the set was called, but I have 2 different ones. I use one for my concealer under my eyes. That's one I was using before. I think that was the, oh, I don't know where it is now. I think that was like I think that was the number 6 or the number 8. It's a number 5. That's right. It's a number 5. And this one works really nice for just kind of going underneath the brow and then kind of blending it down. And you can also go above it. It's hard to show with me doing it. Kind of go above it. I use the edge of it just to kind of clean up that edge, just to make him look so not so thick. He looked a little thick today, and I'm not really into real thick brows. There we go. That is that. I didn't think I was going to like this concealer because I thought it was a little too light for me. This is in Fair also. And it is a little, it's like the perfect complement to the foundation though, being light enough where you can highlight with it, but it's not too off in tone where it blends into the foundation very nicely. Okay, what else do we got down here? Okay, we've got the mascara, got that. Okay, now let's check out the palette. Now, if you guys haven't seen this, I was so excited for this. But you know, honestly, I thought Rupaul would do something a little more exciting. Here it is. It's Rupaul and Mally. And it's one of those that open like that from the front. And you've got this here. Very pretty. Look at that purple. That purple just catches my eye. I'm not sure what I want to do. I do have to take my fiance to the doctor. So we can always do a more kind of brighter look with this later. Right now, I'm just going to do more of a wearable look. And for that, I think I'm going to take this here. This is called Champion. It's kind of a taupey color. I'm going to take that and just kind of define my eye a little bit with it in the outer part of the crease. I'm going to do more of a, it's more of a natural kind of eye today. I don't want to go crazy because we're going to see the surgeon today. He's probably going to have to schedule his next surgery. Hopefully this will be his last, I hope. I'm really hoping that's what this is going to be, but you never know. When you have a bad accident, you never know. And I'm still dealing with the accident I got in. My car got totaled. Car with 20,000 miles on it got totaled. It just, that blows my mind. The car was brand freaking new. The guy that rear-ended me hit me at about 60 miles an hour and squashed me between the car in front of me and him. And he was in a 97 F-150, a big truck. So that was not fun. I'm going to bring this underneath a little, just to give a little frame to the eye. I'm going to take, I like to take this big bushy, this is the Sigma and Jordan Liberty, the structure brush is what he calls it. I don't know why. I guess because he does more of the cutting in. I like it to, when I'm going to use do a natural eye look, I love it to just go over it and really just kind of blend that in. See how well that just like, it just makes it look like that kind of shadow where you can barely see it there. Oh, my nose is running today. Oh. No, it's not even allergy season. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, I cleaned all my brushes as usual, put them all in the wrong spot, but get with it. Okay, what do we want to do? I think what I'm going to do, I think I want to use one of these two on the lid here, one of these lighter colors on the lid, and I'm thinking I'm going to, this is let them have it. It's kind of a mauve-y kind of color. I'm going to do that on the outer corner of the lid and kind of work it into the crease. This is almost a satin type shadow. It's got a very pretty color, but it does have just a subtle bit of satinness to it there. That is pretty though. These shadows are nice, but they're a little toned down for what I thought would be a palette that Rupaul would make. But I guess, you know, he was thinking more for everybody than just like a drag palette, kind of like what Lunar Beauty had done, you know, Life's a Drag. That is definitely a drag palette. This is a very pretty color, and it has a nice little bit of sheen to it. I don't mind using satins in my crease. A lot of people don't like to. I'm going to go and blend that up into it. I like to place it and then take a blending brush with no product, and I'll blend it up in there into the crease into that first color we used. And then I am going to take a flat brush, and I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to go ahead with that lighter color. It's called Party. It's like a champagne kind of color. And I'm going to pick that up on my 242. This is the synthetic 242. I figured it might work better for this. And this is dry, so I'm just going to work that on there. I am going to the doctor, so I don't need something super, super shimmery. But I'm going to work that in the inner corner and then slowly work it out over that other color where it just washes over. Kind of building it up on the inner corner and then bringing it up and washing it over the others. These are pretty colors. They are very easy to work with. Let me know if you want to see another, video that's more just this palette. I would love to do that. I'm going to take this top color. I'm going to take this top light color up here. It's called Kiki. And I'm going to use that just to come up here in this, and kind of accent my brow bone right there. Just to give that a little bit. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use that on the inner corner as well. That's not really what I want for the inner corner. Let me get a different brush. I'm going to grab this brush, is a Morphe M205. I'm going to grab that, and I'm actually going to grab Party, the one I used on my lid. I'm going to go ahead and bring that on the inner corner too, because that just, the other one had too much of a pink tone to it, and it just kind of took away from that. That looks good. And I'm going to actually use this right on that, bring that inner corner up to the lid, the very corner of the lid, and go ahead and build that Party color up. I guess you would say it's kind of like a party on your lid. I could hear RuPaul saying that. It's like a party on your lid. I would love to hear RuPaul describe these colors. I think that would be cool. And that is that. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab something for the underneath. I always like to do something underneath. I think I'm going to go, and I'm dying, sue me, but I'm going right here. I'm going for this Glamazon color, this purple, and I'm going to try this underneath. I don't know how well this is going to work. It looks awfully dark on the brush, but let's see what that looks like under here. Actually, you know what? That doesn't look bad, because it is dark, but it has a purple like sheen to it. It's very pretty. I love to use shimmers on my lower lash line, and I always love to use like a pop color on there. I'm really liking this. Keeping it kind of close to my lash line just because it is daytime and I don't want to look like I'm going to the club. And I'm going to use that also to do kind of a faux wing, just a kind of tiny faux wing on the top, and bring it right at the corner of the top of my lid, just to kind of give that a little definition on the outer corner of the eye. I've been really liking to do that lately. And then I'll take and let that come off, and then I'll just kind of blend it up, because I don't want that to be real defined. I want it to be kind of like a faux kind of wing. I don't know why I call them a faux wing, a shadow wing. Okay. I'm going to grab a clean one of the little brushes, and I'm going to pick up Party, and I'm going to bring that up underneath that eye, just kind of following the lash line. I always like to go ahead and bring it over. Just to really help that eye to kind of see how that opens that eye up. I wear glasses like all the time, so any little pop always helps kind of bring the eye out. Right there. See how that just really brings that inner corner out. And I think what I'm going to do is use my I don't think I'm going to go for Sumatra today. That's all I'm going to do with the palette today. But I am going to go ahead and grab a liner. And I do actually have a new liner that I'm wanting to try. This is, you guys know I always use Sumatra. This is called Valletta, and it's from Smashbox. It's the same, these little twist ones. You turn the cap all the way backwards and it clicks, and that sharpens it. So you get a fresh sharpened liner every time. I'm going to put this in my waterline. It's kind of a brown kind of purple. I usually use Sumatra, and I don't think I want to use that today. I want it to try this, and I'm going to tightline it with this too. Just on the outer corner. I like tightlining the outer third of my eye just because it really kind of pulls that out. Kind of helps frame that eye a little bit. And there we go. Now, as far, I think I want something a little more on my cheek than this. I don't know. I'm not real keen on this blush. I don't think I have another blush up here though. No, I sure don't. Oh yes, I do. I have last year's Natasha Denona, and I'm gonna just grab a little. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you. I'm gonna grab this brush here, and I'm gonna grab the diamond powder. That's that pink there, and I'm gonna use that just to kind of bring a little bit of color. I like this because I can kind of do a wash, and then I can kind of bring it up. I want it more for a little color. I kind of want to use this, but I don't really want to go with a powder. You know, I guess I will do it. I'm going to go ahead and go into this one. This is the Glow Cream base, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here because I want to try a different. This is great base for a highlighter, and it also, see how that just brought some color into my cheek? Okay, now since we're using different new products, I figured I would try this. I have this one, and this is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills. What is it called? I think it's Iced Out. Is that what it's called? Iced Out highlighter. Look at that. If you like real glittery highlighters, you like this, but see how it has kind of a duochromium with sheen to it? I did not like this at first at all. I'll be quite honest with you. But it's not bad if you put a base down and use it very sparingly. See, if you use it very extremely sparingly. But I'll be honest with you, if you have the Kaleidos highlighter, the new one, Space Prophecy, they're almost identical. I want to do a video with some of my highlighters, and that's what I'm going to do, is compare a lot of them together. But see, that gives just a little bit of sheen to that. It does show, I don't like how it shows texture, but it does sit pretty over that base, that Natasha Denona base. There we go. Now, as far as lips, you know, I haven't been wearing lipstick at all, and the main reason is, who wears lipstick with a mask? But I've been liking this. This is Morphe, and it's called Backseat. It's called Backseat Love. What a name. It's just a liner, and I'm going to line my lips. I'm going to line them. I'm not overlining them. And then I take this side of the pencil and just kind of drag it over the lip to kind of fill it in. That's about it. That's about all she wrote. And then kind of blend it with my finger, and we're done. And since we're going to do kind of a wear test today, I am dying to try this. Everybody's talking about how this double duty from Tarte, the finishing spray, it's called Shape Tape Stay Spray. I got the sample one because I didn't want to go buy the expensive one, but I have heard, if I can get it out of there, it has a nice spray, that this really works. Oh, it has a beautiful smell to it. It works nice with mask. I'm doing it a little heavy around my mouth though. We'll see how that works. When I check back with you guys. Oh, I took my fan out of here. I need something to fan this, to dry it. That's what hands are for, I guess. Oh. or the makeup bag. I'm gonna fan that dry. I'm actually really, this is nice everyday makeup. It's pretty, it's not over the top. I do have the mascara. My eyes watering. I'm gonna go ahead. This is not waterproof, but okay, I'll be brave. I'll take one for the team. I normally do not like to wear not waterproof mascara. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it. Oh, this has the weirdest brush. Can you see that? It like, instead of being straight across, it's like bumpy. And it has like circles. It's really kind of odd. It's very dry, the mascara. Hopefully it will not budge. I'll tell you though, it's really nice as far as it's not clumping. And it has these little bristles that grab a hold of your lashes. I can went over it one too many. You ever go over your lashes one too many times and they start to clump? Oh, I got it out. Okay. I like mascara like this, ones like this where you can really push your lashes up. Oh, right on my face. You ever do that? Right in the middle of your makeup, and never fails. You end up with a mascara beauty mark looking thing. I always take a spoolie to my lashes as my very last step because I like my lashes like, I like them light and fluffy, and I don't like any like really thick uneven spots. See how much better that looks? Could I go over it? And they don't clump together. These are kind of clumped together, so I don't know what I'd do without a spoolie. I'm not a big mascara person. I'm kind of somebody that would rather go without mascara, to be honest with you, because it just, to me, my eyes are so sensitive that it feels very heavy around my eyes. So I tend to skip it. But I'll take one for the team today. I am going to brush my lashes out real well. Let's see if this is dried. Yeah. If you ever get mascara on you, let it dry, and then you can take anything really and just kind of flick it off. And there we go. I am going to kind of blend that highlighter out just a tiny bit. There. And there we go. Everything but my bangs. These things are driving me nuts. They get the least little, like, there we go. I like them nice and wispy. My bangs are very thin, if you haven't noticed. I only cut like a very small amount because I can always put them back and not have bangs at all. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will be making a lot more videos now. I'm very sorry about just not being around lately. I've been going through health problems, and I've been going through problems with my husband's feet and taking care of my neighbor. I've just had a lot on my plate. So anyway, guys, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you back very soon. Thanks. Bye.